Hello everyone, it's Pharaoh here and welcome to the channel. So guys, in this game I'm playing with Brettonia led by Leon Kerr himself, and I'm beating down the damn Druki led by Malkith the Witch King. So guys, let's check the builds and get right into formations. Alright guys, so for my build, I've got Leon Kerr on his Hippogriff with a Damsel of Life with her item that regenerates Winds of Magic, and Luen has got all his abilities and everything on him except Deadly Onslaught, with 5 peasants to break charges, 4 men at arms with swords just to hold on the front line, just keep the other units busy, 2 men at arms with spears with shields, 2 men at arms with polearms, 2 mounted yeomen, 2 Grail Knights, and a Royal Pegasus Knight. So my build completely rotates around keeping the infantry in place and using my cav for rear charges, taking care of his cav and destroying his monster squad using Luen and the Royal Pegasus Knights. As for my opponent, Swagson, he's got Malkith on a dragon with Soul Stealer and the Doombolt thing that drops down from the sky. He's got 4 Dread Spears, 2 Bleak Swords ranked up to rank 5, 4 Dark Shards, 2 Cold One Knights, and a Hydra. So my opponent is relying about breaking my front line through breaking them through terror and using the Cold One Knights with the Dark Shards to deal the damage. So Hydra for terror, Cold One Knights to deal damage, and the Dark Shards of course with their very high DPS to just completely obliterate whatever monsters I have or whatever cav. Alright guys, so I think that's a simple explanation of the build. Let's get into formations. Okay people, so for my formation, as you can see, I've got my peasants just holding up my front line, ready to break charges, be a nuisance, just get in the face of the opponent and bring him down. Got me my men at arms with shields and my anti-large contingent in the back, ready to flank out like this to help out with the cav fight from the Grail Knights on this side and this side, or just defend against incoming Dark Rider like shenanigans coming in from the back. Got me Luen and his Royal Pegasus Knights over there, and my 2 mounted yeomen each on other corner of the map, ready to come in when needed and then attack the Dark Shards from the rear. As for my opponent, he's got his 4 Dark Shards in the back, like that's a standard there, you need your ranged units in the back with the anti-large Dreaded Spears right behind them. In front of him he's got Dread Spears with the Bleak Swords, the Hydra, and the 2 Cold One Knights on the left over there with Malkith flying up above, ready to support whatever needed to the sides, to the back, or whatever he needs to go. Okay, let's start immediately. So what came to my mind the minute I saw Malkith? I paused the game. I didn't pause, like I looked at Malkith and I saw he's got Soul Stealer. So Soul Stealer is a pretty good spell when used against single entity targets. So what I did is I wanted to bait out a Soul Stealer on Luen early on in the game. So I'll send in Luen and his Royal Pegasus Knights. I wanted as well to get around like this and get in the back of these Dread Spears, of these Cold One Knights. Because if I take care of this contingent, I am free to do whatever I want. Winning the cav fight means winning the game, especially with Brettonia. So I immediately found him retreating. I'll give an order to my Royal Pegasus Knights to come in and attack. He will counter by casting Soul Stealer on Luen. I'll notice it, and I will even counter it myself by casting the Lion's Shield, which actually gives 44% missile resist, and this is a waste of a Soul Stealer right now because Luen regenerates health and he's got 44% magic resist. So like that's a Soul Stealer that will utterly be useless right early on in the game. So that's an 18 Winds of Magic waste to my opponent. My Royal Pegasus Knights caught the Cold One Knights. I'm waiting for the beautiful Grail Knights to come in, and would you look at that beautiful charge, guys. This is awesome stuff. Getting in a rear charge to these Cold One Knights, just keeping them busy, sending in as well the Spearmen and sending in Luen as well to just get some terror to kick in over here. Pulling in my Mounted Yeomen, and now they're getting in the rear of these Dark Shards, just keeping them busy because this is exactly what I want the Mounted Yeomen to do. I don't care about them, they can die. They can literally die. If they're keeping the Dark Shards busy, I'm fine with that. My peasants are breaking the charge from the Hydra and the Bleak Swords. Back to the main fight where the Royal Pegasus Knights came out unscathed. Only 3 models lost on these Royal Pegasus Knights, but my opponent lost 2 units of Cold One Knights. One is completely dead, the other one is just hanging on for dear life. over here I'm sending in my man-at-arms with pole arms on the Hydra because I know, and I'm separating my units. I'm sending these guys that way so I can actually send them in onto the Dark Shards. Now my Grail Knights came in for a beautiful charge on the left flank with these Dark Shards, just taking them down, taking them out, and then just completely surrounding them and doing a lot of damage to them as well. And now my man-at-arms are in position. I'll give them an order to attack the Dark Shards to keep them busy. These guys and these guys. And now, after I won the calf fight, and I'm giving another order to my Royal Pegasus Knights and Luen to come in on Malekith, and then just take him out of commission. This is exactly what the Royal Pegasus Knights and Luen are good for. So yeah, as you can see, they're coming in on Malekith, and this is just... yeah, he's surrounded by Grail Knights from one side, Luen on the other, casted the Sword of Corone to decrease melee defense and decrease armor, so now Malekith is just down to 50 armor. So the Grail Knights are pushing in a lot of damage, so is the Royal Pegasus Knight, so is Luen, and that is a big burst of damage just happening on Malekith right there. Send in my Damsel to keep the Dark Shards busy from attacking. I don't want any damage to hit my Royal Pegasus Knights or my Grail Knights. I just want them to be free and alive to do whatever they want. Finally pulled out my Grail Knights from this side, and then I noticed, I was like, okay, I've got a nice empty area over there. I was like, you know what, let's do some cool shenanigans. Let's put them in lance formation, and look at that rear charge to the rear of these Dark Shards. This is just, oh man, look at that! Completely obliterating these guys, just taking them out of commission. Now the Dark Shards are out, Malekith is dead, shattered, running away, and then all that my opponent has left is that Hydra, the War Hydra. Guys, Brettonia is back. You just gotta admit it, these guys are back. The Grail Knights are really good. Luen is more than amazing. They got some pretty good buffs from the last patch, which actually benefited them a lot in the multiplayer area. So now only this Hydra is left. Now coming in with these Royal Pegasus Knights, they're completely going to obliterate them. And now with this attack from Luen, there is nothing left that can actually hold the army together, and a mass shatter hits my opponents, and I take the game, man. Such an... oh, getting the win with Brettonia is always amazing. You gotta love that stuff. So, pretty great output from the Grail Knights. 63 kills, 75 kills, and 24 from the Royal Pegasus Knights. That is all pretty high value units. Like the Cold One Knights, he only got 5 and 12 kills, and that is mainly peasants, because of the peasants that were there in the middle. Dark Shards, 9, 6, and 7 on 1, shut them down by using the Mounting Yeoman, kept them busy in the beginning until I win the calf fight, and then I send my calf to actually obliterate these Dark Shards. His front line, I didn't even touch it. I didn't need to touch it because that's not a lot of value. All that's like 2,000 gold or something like that. That's not something you should actually care about. The Dark Shards, but Cold One Knights, the Hydra, and Malekith, that's the high value targets that you should actually go for if you see that kind of build. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this game, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video. Cheers and have a nice day.